morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, June the 27th. We've got SEAN SPENCE with us, Mid-Missouri Better Business Bureau. Good to have you here, Sean.
Good to see you, Paul.
Always interesting to talk with you because you've got the latest scams that are making their rounds in central Missouri. And I don't mean that I'm excited about these scams, but it's mind-boggling that some of these con artists, what they're doing and what we as people fall for.
Yeah, well, Paul, it is interesting to talk about and to learn about, but it's so important. People have their lives ruined by these things, and so it's really essential that we communicate this to your audience.
Yeah, I think it was 1 or 2 times ago when you were on, we were talking about the con artist tax preparer.
Oh gosh, right here locally.
Yeah,
the guy who took hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right, he was preparing people's taxes when they owed money. He said, don't send it to the IRS, give me the check and I'll take care of sending it.
Just send me a personal check.
And people were giving him what they supposedly owed to the IRS. He was cashing the checks.
Absolutely.
Getting rich on it, and they were delinquent on their taxes.
Yes, but you know, thank goodness that guy's in prison now.
He's in prison.
Yeah, and you know, he will probably get out just in a few more years, but he was punished. Some of that money was returned, and that was because of, honestly, things like this, where we let people know what can happen.
Yeah. Okay, here's one that you came in with. Scam alert. Beware of sneaky student debt relief companies. What's that?
And this is even more important to us here in Columbia. We are so university and college-centric here, and the fact is a lot of people just graduated, and an awful lot of them have college debt, and they're going to be living with that for years and years, and they're getting phone calls, sometimes from reputable services that want to help them reduce their debt, but also from scam services that want to propose solutions to them that either A, are complete frauds that really are just designed to steal their money, or B, are designed to hide how much it's going to cost and will really make their loans cost so much more than they otherwise would have.
So how do they, if a student listening or their parents are listening, how do they know that they're dealing with a con artist?
Well, honestly, Paul, there are not easy answers to these things. This is a situation, like so many of them, where it is incumbent upon us and those parents and those kids to really make sure they read the fine print, make sure they understand all the details, and make sure they do their homework and know that this is a legitimate company that they're working with. They really need to do the legwork.
Okay, and can't you go online and check the history of the company?
Absolutely, and you can go, honestly, people call me at my office to check on companies of all kinds, and that's kind of part of my job. I look people up.
So you can call if somebody is approaching you about reducing student debt and you're not sure, call the Better Business Bureau.
Absolutely.
And find out if this is actually legitimate or not.
Absolutely.
Okay, another one, and I've heard of this one for years, door-to-door repaving scams of your driveway.
Well, and we mention this particularly because this is the season. It's happening somewhere in mid-Missouri right now, I guarantee you.
Isn't that where somebody knocks on the door and they say, hey, we were working on a driveway not too far from here, and I've got a little bit of asphalt left over, and I can do yours a whole lot cheaper.
That is exactly right, Paul. I feel like I ought to watch out for you because you just did that so well.
Hey, Sean, I was working on my driveway, and I'll give you a pretty good deal. I'll come finish up with yours.
Exactly. Well, you know, this is such a problem, and somebody is getting scammed by this probably even as we speak.
Okay, so what's wrong with that?
Well, here's the thing. It could be a couple of things. One, almost never is it true. Almost never have they actually just finished down the street and they're coming to do you and they've got some extra and so you're getting this great deal. You're getting a great deal for a couple of reasons. One, because maybe they're not really very good at what they do and they don't want you checking their references. They want to just get in and get out and get
your money
and get out of there.
Yeah, okay.
That's right. Or because it's an actual real scam, and what they're going to do is they're going to say, how much of this person's money can I get up front? And they'll be trying to get you to, hey, this is such a great deal, it's $2,000 less, pay me all my money up front, and that's what they're going to try to get you to do.
And then they may not even do it.
They might disappear, or they might do really shoddy work that maybe even looks good today, but then crumbles in a year from now.
Oh. And the other thing is a door-to-door pest control scam. I've not heard of this one.
Well, it's exactly like what we just said, but it's kind of a new thing where we haven't seen a whole lot. Like you said, you've never heard about it, but it's really just like that pavement scam where somebody said, hey, I've got all this pesticide left over because I just, de-termited the house down the street or got rid of the cockroaches or whatever. Are you having an issue? I would love to help you. And it's the same exact thing where somebody is just trying to get your money, and maybe they're going to do shoddy work, maybe they're not going to do the work at all, but this is just always make sure that you are checking references, always make sure that you are checking them out.
Don't commit to it on the spot.
That's right, and
when
don't give them money.
When somebody comes to your door, if you haven't initiated that call, same thing like when somebody calls you on the phone and asks you for information. If you haven't initiated it, don't give them any information.
That's exactly
and
right.
If somebody comes to your door and offers to do some work for you that you have not initiated, don't agree to it on the spot.
Right. Just do your due diligence. I'm not saying never do business with these people. I'm saying check them twice, 3 times, 4 times.
Because they honestly could be legitimate contractors.
That's true.
That are going door to door trying to drum up business for their company. And it could be a legitimate thing. Just don't agree to it at that point. Take their information, say, let me think about it.
Yep.
Call the Better Business Bureau or do some homework on your own.
Or go online to midmobbb.org. Give me a call. I'm happy to do it. It never bothers me. There's so many ways to check these things out, and people just need to take the time to do it.
Yeah. So there are scams going on as we speak.
Literally.
Okay. So somebody might just finish listening to us on the radio or watching us on television, and there's the doorbell ring, and they say, hey, I'm here because I was working down the street and I can fix your driveway up.
Believe it or not, I've had exactly that kind of thing happen where very soon after somebody sees me on TV or hears me on the radio, they have somebody who comes to them with a very similar scam, and they've not been scammed because they paid attention.
Oh, that's good to hear. All right, for more information, they can contact you, Sean, at the Better Business Bureau, and your telephone number?
573-886-8965.
Okay, or they can go online also.
At midmobbb.org.
Got it. Anything else you want to add before we go away?
Just, this is the key to not getting scammed is to pay attention, to do your research, to check people out, to call the Better Business Bureau.
Got it. Okay. Sean Spence, thank you so much for coming by. And we got, before you go, we had a very special guest sitting in the studio right off to the side here. Your mom is here visiting with you.
All the way from Kentucky.
Yes.
Just to see you.
No, she came to see you, Sean. So we're glad to have you, Mom Sean. Okay. What's your first name? Shirley. Good to have you here, Shirley. Sean Spence's mom. That's nice
right.
to have your mom. We're out of time for today. See you next time. Bye-bye.